Mr. Chairman, members, welcome. We know what will dominate the discussion here today, the future of local government for our great county, and the importance in getting this right. I look forward to hearing different perspectives on what is in the best interests of our residents, not for this council or any other council, as we prepare to engage the government on what the future for Surrey should look like. As we enter springtime with its freshness and colour, so too this council and this county enters a period of new life and optimism. Mr. Chairman, just last month, the government asked Surrey to move forward quickly with plans for reorganisation to facilitate greater devolution of powers from Westminster. Knowing that the government's white paper in December heralded the end of the remaining two-tier councils, we applied to be on this timeline so that we could deliver the benefits of that devolution to Surrey residents as quickly as possible and take control of our own destiny. Since Surrey was announced as a priority area, we've been working collaboratively across all 12 of our councils to put an interim proposal together to shape Surrey's future. As everyone in this room is no doubt aware, I am an advocate of unitarisation. Having served as a borough councillor for 12 years and 12 years as a county councillor, I have reached the conclusion that single councils are clearer for residents, have greater accountability, are more efficient and effective for delivery, and strip out unnecessary bureaucracy and duplication. They are a better model for the public and for the public purse. So I welcome the government's ambition to reorganise two-tier local government, and I'm proud that Surrey is stepping up to the challenge, ready to grasp the opportunities the reorganisation and then devolution can bring. It's important we get this right and that we take the opportunity to put local government on a firm footing and deliver real benefit to residents and our local communities. I cannot overstate the amount of work that officers from this council have put into considering the different options and indeed continue to put in as we move forward. We have analysed an incredible amount of data, drawn on extensive experience and knowledge of delivering our services over the past 50 years to this county, and have also looked elsewhere to learn best practice and potential pitfalls. The outcome for Surrey must be the right one. It must be based on evidence, not ideology or political gain. As politicians, we must look at the facts, be pragmatic, and above all, put Surrey residents' interests first. That is why we are proposing that Surrey's current 12 councils are proposed by 2 new unitary councils, 1 for each half of the county. I genuinely believe that 2 unitary councils in Surrey would deliver clarity for residents on who is responsible for all services, more efficient council services and better partnership working, millions of pounds in reduced costs year on year, the right economies of scale to deliver at less cost, the right structure and governance to engage communities at a local level, and ultimately the opportunity for devolved powers from Whitehall to Surrey through a mayoral combined authority, in line with this government's ultimate plan for UK devolution. Financial analysis clearly shows that the more councils created through reorganisation, the smaller the saving to the public purse. It is no secret that the finances of a number of district and borough councils in Surrey are in a perilous state for various reasons. The current model is not sustainable, and I think this is something we will all agree. So we must deliver a new model that is sustainable. This new structure of local government, funded by taxpayers, must drive efficiencies, minimise duplication, take advantage of economies of scale, and ultimately deliver a local government system in Surrey that is financially robust long into the future. We owe that to the people of Surrey. The other important factor to consider is our county-wide services. The more you split these vital services, the greater the disruption and the greater the risk. Caring for our most vulnerable and looking after children and young people across Surrey are duties that we must put above all else. These are responsibilities we take extremely seriously, and any disaggregation of these services should be carried out with the utmost care. A short list of potential geographical configurations is being considered for these unitaries, but the exact geography is yet to be determined and will be fully considered by this council over the coming weeks and will be set out in the full proposal in May. They will be designed to include the recently reviewed County Council division boundaries to ensure all communities across Surrey are served by the right number of elected councillors. Simpler, more effective, sustainable and cheaper local government for Surrey. It is difficult to argue against the financial reality that the more smaller councils, the more expensive it is to residents. Larger scale councils deliver immediate and ongoing efficiencies for the public purse and make local government more sustainable. Now we know that there is an alternative proposition of 3 unitary councils for Surrey. It is right that that option has been explored in depth, and I'm sure the government will consider it. However, it is clear from the transparent analysis carried out, analysis that is not skewed in any way, that this would deliver no benefit to public finances in the long term and create greater risk in the system. I also hear from some councillors an argument that 3 unitaries would be more local. But let's really consider what is truly local. It is the towns and villages in which people live and work, and the specific things that communities need and want. Let's be honest. In this context, unitary councils, either with 400,000 residents or 600,000 residents, do not alone deliver true localism. No strategic authority, even at the size of current districts, working at a scale that is efficient and sustainable, can be truly local in and of itself. But it is vital that it provides the structure and stability to enable hyper-local delivery in the best way possible. We simply must pursue the structure that is properly sustainable and makes the most sense. I will expand further on what we are proposing by way of true local engagement when we debate the detailed submission document later in this meeting. But the motion proposed by the Leader of the Opposition is exactly on that point, which is why I will be supporting it. But to make a real and lasting difference in Surrey's towns and villages, all agencies need to be aligned and working together. This is not and should not be just about local government. Public health, community safety, green spaces, local economy, education, housing, the list goes on. And those things come from a multitude of responsible bodies, not just the local council. In Surrey, our county council teams and our staff are in our towns and villages every day, caring for our vulnerable families and children, improving their lives and their livelihoods with public health messaging, upskilling and reskilling those who want to work, improving our roads, delivering library services, helping design and fund community-led projects, building new accommodation, care accommodation, and managing much of the county's green spaces. We play our part, a big part, but it only truly works as part of the wider system and with meaningful local engagement. That is why, in the current context of local government reorganisation, we should not be distracted by arguments about the size of a unitary council determining how local government can be. The whole system has a role to play, working with and alongside our local communities. That is exactly what a new landscape will be able to deliver. The government can and indeed should set the tone from the top, breaking down silos between departments to grip the prevention and early intervention agenda nationally. Drive that approach down through regional mayors to ensure all those services are working together meaningfully in local communities to deliver what each place needs to really improve people's lives. We need that integration across the board at every level. Put simply, this is a golden opportunity here in Surrey and across the country to turbocharge localism. And let's take that opportunity with both hands. Our new councils must be given the chance to tackle head-on the rising demand for many of our crucial services, demand that is in large part creating the financial challenges within local government, and challenges that are only likely to become more acute. They must be the right size to be properly strategic, reducing postcode lotteries and unnecessary fragmentation, but equally working as part of a coterminous and coordinated system of partners. This is the ambition in Surrey, alongside our police and community safety agencies, our health system, and importantly, our effective town and parish councils, local community networks, and the voluntary and community sector. With the strategic direction, democratic accountability, and in future, the convening power of a Mayor of Surrey, with devolved powers from government, this is what will deliver localism in its strongest form. This will improve people's qualities of life, their life expectancy, and I sincerely hope the inequality of opportunity that exists in too many places in this county. And it will do so putting local government on a solid and sustainable footing. Mr. Chairman, whilst LGR will no doubt continue to dominate, certainly this meeting, our hard work as Surrey County Council continues. Our leadership team continues to evolve, and I want to take a moment to mention some recent changes and recognise the contribution of some very important senior officers. Firstly, I want to pay a personal tribute to Ruth Hutchinson, our Director of Public Health, who is moving on after 12 years here at Surrey and has 6 years as Director. Ruth expertly guided this county through the biggest public health crisis in 100 years. Her knowledge, dedication and calmness throughout the COVID pandemic was absolutely integral in advising myself and other Surrey system leaders through what I hope will have been one of the biggest challenges we'll ever face. Ruth's work will never be forgotten in this county. Quite frankly, she has changed lives, saved lives, and we owe her an enormous debt of gratitude. I'd also like to mention the imminent departure of Andrea Newman, our Director of Communications, who is moving on to take a leadership role across the entire sector at the Local Government Association. Andrea's work here over the past 6 years has been exemplary and has revolutionised the way we communicate with our residents, warning and informing in times of crisis, building trust and making our services more accessible for residents and engaging our communities more effectively. She has been a very important leader for this organisation through challenging times, and she will be missed. However, that good work will continue with Mike Stringer taking on the role of Director of Communications and Engagement. I'm also pleased to confirm that Azmat Hussain will be Surrey's permanent Director of Law and Governance and Monitoring Officer, a role she has undertaken with vigour over the past few months and will be hugely important as we navigate through a period of unprecedented challenge and change. Mr. Chairman, we have a strong top team and an even stronger workforce that they lead, which will put Surrey in the best shape for what comes next for local government in this county. And that hard work indeed continues, with Ofsted currently undertaking our much anticipated and welcomed ILATS inspection of our children's services. I'd like to thank the whole of the CFLL Directorate, who are working hard as ever to fulfil the requirements of the inspection. While we are confident that the service has and continues to make strong improvements, we look forward to that important external review and validation. Our adult social care team's Planning for Your Future campaign continues to grow, and with a hugely successful engagement day in Guildford earlier this month, engaging more than 400 residents. Alongside our partners, Age UK Surrey, over 2,000 people have now attended sessions that offer information on future care options, finances, and much more to help people prepare and potentially avoid the need to make costly decisions in a crisis. Surrey is at the forefront of helping residents to take control of their future. I'm pleased to say that thanks in no small part to the overwhelmingly positive feedback we received, we will be continuing this investment in the future for our older residents so that we can help even more people navigate the health and social care system. We recently celebrated a key milestone in the construction of Hope's Court SEN School in Walton-on-Thames. This will be Surrey's first net zero carbon specialist free school, supporting some 200 pupils with additional needs and disabilities. We've broken ground at Meadowcroft Lodge, our first extra care housing site in Guildford, which will provide apartments at affordable rents that are designed to support older people to live independently for longer. We have also secured outline planning for 7 other sites across the county to build more extra care housing. We're making great headway with building community hubs in Weybridge and Staines, redeveloping and modernising our fire stations, schools and libraries, and we are committed to improving facilities across our Gypsy Roma traveller sites in Surrey. Mr. Chairman, this good work must be protected through reorganisation. Our residents should have confidence that we will still deliver what they need, and any transition will be smooth and well planned. Working together, focused on the best outcome for Surrey, we will do just that. Thank you.